Hi guys, welcome back. In 2021, Alibaba fell like a penny stock. Most people think it's government regulation, but I have more to share. What's the CCP's plan for Baba? This is 100% my own opinions, so I don't see this anywhere else. Please take into consideration for your own investment, okay? So this year, Baba became the most popular traded Chinese stocks in the US. It has gotten the attention from a huge group of retail investors. Most people think that Baba is too big to fall. Is that true? There are countless examples of giants falling in China, Yawanda, Evergrande, etc. One thing they want people to know is that government has the final say over all companies. But what's more powerful is the power of media. Regulations won't permanently stop consumers from buying the products or using the apps, but media can. Media is a lot faster and more powerful. It can create a lot more damage to a company. A few days after Didi's incident, you can hear a local Chinese person suggesting others to stop using Didi because they sell data to the US. That only took a few days. This is how powerful it is to own the power of media. That's why regulations may not make companies lose consumers, but media can. No one can do business in China by going against the CCP, and no one is too big to fall. So when we invest in Chinese companies now, I think we shouldn't look at news or regulation, but more the media, the voice reaching the everyday consumers, to try to dig deeper into the background and to see the intention behind it. So why is Baba falling more, and what is the intention of the government? I think there are two goals. One, they need Chinese people and the world to realize the success story of Alibaba is the success story of China. If there wasn't Alibaba, it would have been someone else. Could have been Ali Dada or Ali Papa. The success story was thanks to the historical factors, such as infrastructure, which is the base of logistics. If it was not because of the infrastructure for easy and fast transportation throughout the country, logistics in China cannot be so cheap, and Chinese e-commerce won't be so much in advance than many other countries. And such as China having the biggest market in the world, such as the smartphone development in China, because the smartphone manufacturing supply chain had become quite mature, that's why the cost of smartphone could become so low, and it allowed more than 1 billion of population to have access to internet, e-commerce. And during the period Alibaba grew, China had the fastest growing economy, creating the fastest rise of middle class. They need people to realize that it's the country that created wealth for Alibaba, not the other way around. And right now, at this moment, they can easily have many other substitutes for Alibaba, such as Pinduoduo, JD.com, for example, who would be very happy to take their place. So that is the first goal. They need the population and the world to realize that. And the second goal is that they need to weaken the connection between Jack Ma and Alibaba. When you type in Alibaba in Google, you see more Jack Ma photos more than anything. Most people tie Baba to Jack Ma or think that Jack Ma is the key of success. But he crossed the red line by openly challenging the authorities. We know that. Criticizing the Chinese financial market. Doing business in China, you need to know the rule, respect the rule, so you can enjoy the market. They don't want anyone to get carried away just because they think they're too powerful or invincible. But that's not just it though. What's more is the background, the power behind Jack Ma, the political power involving previous president, and the foreign power. So it was fine a few years ago, but now the US-China relationship being so tense, then it became a problem. So that's why I think they need to weaken the tie of Jack Ma and Alibaba until maybe one day the world sees Baba as a shopping kingdom, like no one really cares who was the real founder of McDonald's. And when you search in Google, you're not gonna see the founder's picture everywhere. So that would be the two goals I analyze, looking at things from the perspective of the Chinese government. And it would explain why Alibaba is falling more than other giants, even though all are under regulations. And off the record, Jack Ma is someone I respect very much. I think he's a great entrepreneur, even though he might not be the best communicator to the government. So things in the past cannot be undone, but does that mean they cannot turn it around? And what would it take for Baba to turn around? Answer is to align with the government strategy. There are many things they can do, such as chip. As emphasized many times in the past videos, chip. Nothing can express how important chip is to China. So anyone can turn gold if they can solve the chip crisis. And months ago, when Baba was on a fast dip, I analyzed that Baba has all the resource to develop their own chip with their developing new techs, their innovation, the AI technology with the biggest database. The chips they would potentially design in the future might not be a lot worse than the leaders now like NVIDIA. At that time, some people thought it was a joke until a few days ago, the news which Baba announced to develop their own chip broke the downtrend. And second, the digital RMB project. They can help roll this out with their blockchain technology and trend of the NFT. And third, smart agriculture. They can use the online shopping platform to connect farmers and consumers in the rich areas. They can help grow the third and fourth tier city or the countryside economy to help develop the logistic infrastructure of the poor areas, make them more transformed by the technology. Contribution to the One Belt One Road project through their international strategy by helping the Silk Road infrastructure as part of their own logistic planning, like the 123 Smart Logistic Plan from the government. Next, I think Baba has power to help guide the strategy of the export by encouraging high-tech products export than the cheap products, which consumes energy while generating little profit. Next is the wealth distribution, the current big plan from the government, which a while ago Baba had announced the budget of 100 billion for. CCP wants companies this size to help build the economy, make China stronger, contribute to the society, more than focusing on being the monopoly by killing smaller companies. US and China are genetically different, so we can't really compare apple and orange, because US encourages individualism more, but China encourages teamwork more. They want the biggest companies in China to prove or be good examples for other smaller Chinese companies that solving the country's problem can create giant wealth at the same time, that everyone is on the same boat at the end of the day. So I think Baba can do all of this, some of the things they might have already started, and they should be doing more than what I can think of. It's just a matter of strategy. If they can sacrifice a little bit more short-term revenue at first, but in the long run, these businesses might be a good cash machine in the future for them. Again, the government wants companies to know aligning with the government strategy can help generate wealth at the same time, like do the right thing and money would come kind of spirit. So these are the internal factors, but externally, I think it also needs the Western media to slowly acknowledge these factors, to start changing the tone and ease off Jack Ma from Alibaba. And last, I think Baba was beaten down by the government, so it needs the government to be the one who picks it up. How? Many ways they can do it. For example, by approving the Ant IPO project, by granting Alipay the license for the digital RMB project, by officially employing their blockchain technology, etc. When a parent is punishing the child, only the parent can pick him up and no one else should. And this would reinforce my first point, that is China giving wealth to Alibaba, not the other way around. So when we invest in Chinese stocks, if we understand the intention of the government, I think the reward can be also big. If you haven't, you can watch my video about the rules to invest in Chinese stocks. Aligning with the government strategy is very important. Never go against the CCP. And this is why, even though Luckin Coffee had committed fraud, which was a giant mistake, but they never got their app off the rack. But more like this after the fraud. Different than the giants that fell in the past, Baba is a stock that's greatly supported by many large US institutions or well-respected investors like Ray Dalio, Charlie Munger, who had many times openly supported Chinese economy, acknowledged the leadership of the CCP, and holding Alibaba. As number one popular traded Chinese stocks in US, it's now tying too much to the Chinese financial market. So even though no one is too big to fall, I still think there is chance for Baba to turn around, simply because the downside for Baba to fall is more than the upside. So as long as the external power stop pushing for the CCP and Baba keeps reforming their strategy and align it more to the government, I think the chance to turn around is greater than the other. With that said, I do own shares for Baba. My cost was around 154, and I still think there is chance for me to double my investment at least. But I did build a much bigger position for Luckin than what I have for Baba. Even though Luckin in 2020 may appear a lot riskier than Baba in 2021. So I hope you enjoy my analysis and let me know what you think about it. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment, and I'll see you in my next video. That's it guys, hope you can find this video helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.